Well, welcome to the Alexa conference. I am excited, Ray, to have you join me for a moment.
I appreciate you being here.
A lot of people are grateful for you because you helped Bradley put this on. And not just the attendees, but the speakers, the exhibitors. I guess before we start, tell folks how they can get a hold of you, because you're a big part of the team. A lot of people want to be able to talk to you about this event and the upcoming event. So how would people get a hold of you, Ray?
You can either get me on my email, which is ray@scorepublishing.us.
Okay, Ray at scorepublishing.us.
Yes, or you can call my cell at 781-929-1098.
Congratulations, everybody. You got Ray's cell phone number. Let's talk about what's happening today. We're at the Alexa Conference, day number 2. Yesterday was a huge success. People are very excited, and there's still today and tomorrow. So what's your impression? How's this conference going?
The feedback we're getting back from the attendees and from the speakers, exhibitors, has been outstanding.
Yes.
Great crowd, a lot of thought leadership, a lot of business going on. The content has been stellar.
Yeah.
First class all the way.
Yeah.
Looking forward to today.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you looking forward to? Like, what stands out to you? Is it something in the exhibit hall? Is it a demo? Is it a talk? Like, what kind of gets you lit up?
Well, what I'm very impressed with is getting a chance not only to spend the time with the exhibitors and sponsors, which mainly is my focus, but it also gave me a chance to get out and listen to some of the talks.
That's good.
And I was just blown away with some of the stuff that's coming out, both in health, in storytelling, marketing. It's been fantastic. It's been a great learning curve for me. And especially get a chance to listen to the conferences.
Yeah, there were some very engaging talks yesterday.
Especially when we're listening to Bushnell and the X Games, that stuff was just stellar.
Right, that was special.
Yeah.
So how about the events coming up? I know that this conference goes until tomorrow. We have Keisha Williams as the keynote speaker. But there's also some other events that you're working on with Bradley as well, like the Voice of the Car Summit, happening over in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, Mountain View, April 9th. Tell us a bit about that. The keynote speaker is Katie McMahon. She had an amazing talk yesterday.
Yes.
From SoundHound.
In fact, I had a chance to meet up with Katie at CES in Vegas, and she had a fantastic presentation yesterday. Looking forward to having her. And when we look at the voice of car and being at CES, I mean, that's an area that's about to explode.
Yes, it is.
And we're very happy. It's one of our launched events, and we're happy to have Katie back.
Yeah.
And she's going to be keying on there, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
We're giving tickets away for these conferences. You can win a ticket for all of the conferences, 2 of them, if you just post a tweet with hashtag AlexaConf 2019, or we're going to give tickets away in addition to that, a couple tickets for each conference to folks that comment, like, or share. Another conference that's coming up is the Voice of Hospitality Summit. Now, this is another new
launch, and typically when we do our launches, it's a one-day event.
Yeah, this is June 4th.
Yeah, it's June 4th.
Over in Texas.
Over in Texas.
Yep.
And we're going to be going after the retail, hospitality, the hotel, that whole area. And that's getting into voice and again, that's a launch for us as well.
That's right. And then the keynote speaker is Michael Atkins, right?
Yes, correct.
That's right. And then coming up later in the early fall, late summer, August 5th and 6th, is a 2-day conference. This is your health summit.
I'll tell you, being from Boston, we're holding it at the Harvard Medical School. Last year it was a launch. This year it's a 2-day event, full-blown two-day event that we're doing there. Excellent location, and just here at the Alexa conference, we had a healthcare sort of track session, and a lot of our folks were here from Mayo Clinic, and that's an outstanding event in the medical area.
Yeah, and I just interviewed Katie. Heidi. She's your keynote speaker.
Yeah, she'll be. Heidi is going to be speaking at the show. She's our keynote.
Yeah,
outstanding. Been in that area for a number of years.
That's right.
And we're looking forward to having that show. That's an event. If you're in the healthcare area, that's an event. You got to be there.
You got to go, or you got to comment, like, share, heart, retweet, or whatever the heck you do to engage with this content, and you could win a couple tickets. So now, an event you've been involved with for years is Digital Book World. Now, not exactly a voice event, but digital books. Obviously, there's some connection there.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about this.
Yeah.
This has been going on for several years.
Yeah, it went on for several years, and think I had mentioned that the CEO of Score Publishing had inherited and got this show. I was involved in it for many, many years. It started off as sort of a just traditional trade event. Now it's what we call the wide world of publishing. It is corporate publishing, academic publishing. It's for, all kinds of vertical different niches within the publishing world. And this show now was in Nashville. It was relaunched, very successful. Looking forward to it, and that's a 3-4 day show, and that's one of our biggest events.
Yeah. Okay. Now tell me a bit about Lisa Lucas. She's going to be your keynote speaker for this.
Yeah. She's going to be involved. I think she's with the National Book Society.
Right.
Dynamite keynote speaker for this year.
That's awesome.
Looking forward to having Lisa there.
Right. And then your final event that is scheduled for now is October 29th. It's the Voice of Banking, another new event.
New event.
Yeah.
It's just another vertical. As I might have mentioned, with all these different vertical events we see, based on all of the podcasting that we do.
That makes sense.
That allows us to see, talks to a lot of thought leaders of what verticals we're taking. So
Yes.
as these verticals grow, we grow.
Yes.
At some point, I see a lot of consolidation. At some point, it could
Right.
it could come down to where we have several major events
Yep.
with a lot of events within the event.
That makes sense.
And that could be sort of a next step.
Yep. Yeah. Well, final question is I just want to talk about the future for a moment. So not just the events, not just Score Publishing, but just voice. Like you're here, you see all the cool things that are being demoed. You
Yep.
CES, we were
Yep.
both there together.
Yep.
That's where we connected. Talk to me about what does voice look like 5 years from now in your mind?
In my mind, I believe it's going to be. I think it's the next, what I call hot button, if you want to call it. In the technologies, just like the internet took off.
Yeah.
I just think voice is going to be one. If you're not in it now, you've got to get into it.
Right.
And I think 5 years from now, it's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on what I call voice technology.
And here's a question for you as far as future projection. Is there a person or are there people or are there organizations that really stand out to you? You're like, gosh, 5 years from now, I expect big things from this person, this organization. Anything stand out in terms of, leaders that are forerunners in this industry that you expect to do great things in the next several years?
Well, other than the traditional, bellwethers that are out there, you're talking about companies in general,
Absolutely.
whether it's Google, whether it's Amazon,
Right.
Whether it's Microsoft.
Yeah.
And and me personally are the companies that I'm heavily getting involved with.
Yeah.
In a big way. And they're the trendsetters. I see them growing. At the same token, you're going to have a lot of startup companies that are. You never know who they're going to be.
You never know.
You never know.
That's
but
right.
but the voice technology I think is going to explode.
Yeah, it is. Well, thank you for joining me for a brief interview. Thank you for all that you do.
It's always a pleasure.
Yes, it is.
You bet.
Yes, it is. All right, you two, over and out. We'll be back soon.
Okay.
That was great.